from a fan's perspective, we think Rick Barnes is the man. We think he is just a genuinely good guy. I mean, like, we get glimpses into him from even Dick Vitale, who, as Dick Vitale this past year was undergoing cancer treatments. Come to find out, Rick Barnes was texting him almost every single day, telling him he was praying for him, telling him all this, awesome things. So that's the perception of Rick Barnes we have, that he is a genuinely good guy. So having been on the inside now, what was your impression of Rick Barnes?
Yeah, I think we got the same impression. I mean, obviously, Jake up at Ohio State, he was a good Christian man, but and so that was important to us, and it was important to us in Felix's new destination to have a good Christian man leading him and pouring into him. Basketball's a short season of life, but eternity is much longer, and so that was definitely one of the things that we prioritized when we were looking at schools. When we met him, just a great man. He's got 2 grandkids from Uganda. He's got, his kids are. I look at a lot of people's kids and how they act, and to know that he's got kids that are, that's adopted other kids and just are great people. That shows, that he doesn't just speak his faith, he lives it. So that was really important. I personally could have sat there and watched film with him all day. I love doing that, and that was one of the highlights of my visit there with Felix. So I thought he was really real genuine, and just their interaction, the whole staff, just the interaction together. It was very laid back. They were, cutting up, just a fun, just seemed like they all genuinely cared about each other, cared about the players. And that really stood out to me anyway.
I think what I loved about it is, from going on official visits prior with Felix, a lot of times I feel like it's almost like a car dealership, a car salesman, just trying to sell the program. And what I liked, Coach Barnes would tell stories of past players, and it was more just the relationship. Like when we were sitting at the table, it wasn't like constantly, "Oh, Felix, you're this," and like we wanted to hear that because we think he's great, but it was also the stories that he had with past players, the relationship that he had built, how many people are still in contact with him, and then watching the players that were there interacting with him, and him cutting up with, he was cutting up with one of the players about some pants that he bought in Italy, and he was just like, and I love that, because that's what you want the guys to have, a normal life. But yet at the end of the day, he also talked of his passion and how he's there for as a coach, but he loves these guys as well. And so I don't know, it just was a different feeling. And I felt very comfortable there the whole time, knowing he's going to get to know Felix on a level for the player, but also on, as a friend.
That's awesome. And I'm so glad to hear y'all talk about the human element of it, because just like y'all were saying with Ohio State and now at Tennessee, like, you develop relationships with these coaches, and it's not easy conversations, like you said, with the coach at Ohio State. And, so many times as fans, we just see it as this transactional process, and that's not it. That doesn't show the whole story. And I'm so thankful that you all talked about that with both Ohio State and Tennessee, because that really, gives people insight into what it's really like behind the scenes.